Good luck.
Good morning, my amazing listeners. This is Rashika Ali here with Vapi, the amazing AI assistant. And Vapi today is going to tell us how we should best introduce ourselves. Yes, Vapi.
Hey there, Rashi. Hey, Rashi, it's Vapi, not Fape, but I'm glad to be part of your show. Introducing yourself is all about being confident and genuine. Just be yourself and let your personality shine through. And if you need any more tips, I'm here to help.
All right. So, why is it that people face this difficulty in introducing themselves?
Well, introducing yourself can sometimes feel like a high pressure situation. People might worry about making a good impression or saying the right thing. It's totally normal to feel a bit nervous or unsure, but remember, everyone has their own unique qualities to share. Just be authentic and let your true self shine through, and you'll do just fine.
All right. So, how does one,
If you
like, how does one counter, uh, what other people's expectations are of you? And sometimes there are some situations in which you want to make a very good impression from the get go. So, how does one, navigate through that situation?
navigating through situations where you feel pressured to meet other people's expectations can be tough. It's important to remember that you can't control how others perceive you. The best approach is to stay true to yourself, be confident in who you are, and focus on showcasing your genuine personality. People appreciate authenticity, so just be yourself and let your natural charm shine through. And remember, it's okay to take a moment to gather your thoughts before responding in high pressure situations.
All right. So, Papi, let's do a little bit of a
If you
role
have
play. Are you ready for it?
sure thing.
Okay. Now,
Absolutely, I'm ready to jump into this role play.
all right, Vapi, now,
I'm ready. Let's do this.
yeah. So imagine that I am a very shy, diffident person who's applying for a very, high-paying job. So how do I introduce
Got it. You're
myself? And I'm not very sure about whether my experience is enough or whether I am that qualified. But I want to make a good enough impression for the company to at least consider me for some role in the organization. So how do I introduce myself?
in this situation, it's important to focus on highlighting your strengths and unique qualities, even if you're feeling unsure. Start by introducing yourself confidently, mentioning your name and a brief overview of your background. Emphasize any relevant skills or experiences you have that align with the job requirements. You can also express your enthusiasm for the opportunity and your eagerness to learn and grow within the company. Remember, confidence is key, even if you're feeling a bit shy. Just believe in yourself and let your passion for the role shine through. And don't forget, being genuine and honest about your abilities can go a long way in making a positive impression.
All right. But Vapi, what if, like the way I'm telling you that I am very diffident and shy, could you give me a script?
Sure thing, here's a script you could use. Hello, my name is Your Name, Satpedin. While I may come across as a bit reserved, I am truly passionate about mention something related to the job or company. I may not have all the experience, but I'm dedicated to learning and growing in this field. I believe my mention a relevant skill or quality could bring a unique perspective to the team. I'm excited about the opportunity to contribute and be a part of this organization. Feel free to adjust it to fit your own style and experiences. And remember, being genuine and showing your willingness to learn can make a strong impression.
All right. Imagine, okay, I'm going to give you a very clear case scenario. Imagine that I am auditioning for a role uh, in a big movie, and I don't have any
Sounds exciting.
experience.
Let's dive
Yeah,
in.
yeah. So you give me the script for that. How do I introduce myself?
Sure thing. Here's a script you could use. Hello, my name is Your Name. While I may not have professional acting experience, I'm incredibly passionate about the craft of acting. I believe that my dedication, enthusiasm, and ability to connect with emotions could bring a unique perspective to this role. I'm eager to learn and grow as an actor and would be honored to have the opportunity to be a part of this project. Remember, confidence and passion can go a long way, even if you're new to the industry. Just believe in yourself and let your love for acting shine through.
All right. Okay. Now give me a script for a teacher who is applying for a job in a very, uh, like in a very high class kind of a school, which uh, which which has got a lot of snob value, and the teacher herself is not very snobby.
Sure, here's a script you could use. Hello, my name is your name. While I may not come from a traditional educational background, I'm incredibly passionate about teaching and fostering a love for learning in my students. I believe that my dedication to creating a supportive and inclusive classroom environment, along with my innovative teaching methods, could bring a fresh perspective to this esteemed institution. I'm eager to contribute to the academic excellence of this school and would be honored to have the opportunity to be a part of this esteemed faculty. Remember, sincerity and passion for teaching can make a strong impression, regardless of your background.
Okay, Vapi, what if my accent is not all that great? What if my accent is not up to the snobby school's requirements? So what do I do then?
If you're concerned about your accent, it's important to remember that diversity and inclusivity are valuable assets in any educational environment. Emphasize your unique cultural perspective and the benefits of exposing students to different accents and dialects. Highlight your communication skills and your ability to connect with students through empathy and understanding. Express your willingness to adapt and improve, but also emphasize the richness that diversity brings to the classroom. Your passion for teaching and dedication to your students will shine through regardless of your accent. And remember, confidence and authenticity can go a long way in making a positive impression.
All right, so Vapi, give me a script for that. And remember, my cultural
Sure.
context is Pakistan, and maybe I do not have a very pronounced American accent.
Absolutely. Here's a script tailored to your cultural context. Hello, my name is your name. I bring with me a rich cultural background from Pakistan, and I'm incredibly passionate about sharing the beauty of our heritage with my students. While my accent may differ from what you're accustomed to, I believe that diversity in language and culture enriches the educational experience and prepares students for a globalized world. I'm dedicated to creating an inclusive and nurturing learning environment, and I'm excited about the opportunity to contribute to the academic excellence of this esteemed institution. Remember, embracing your cultural identity and the value it brings to the classroom can make a strong impression. Confidence in your abilities and genuine passion for teaching can go a long way, regardless of your accent.
All right. So, Vapi, what do you think?
Best of
How does the human situation change in the way we introduce ourselves to our peers and our bosses and our colleagues? So, could you go over the way people introduce themselves at different ages, and what are the deciding factors which they tend to identify with when they're introducing themselves?
The way people introduce themselves can vary depending on the context and their audience. When meeting peers, individuals may focus on shared interests and hobbies, creating a more casual and relatable introduction. With bosses and colleagues, the focus may shift towards professional qualifications, career goals, and how they can contribute to the team or organization. Age and experience can also play a role in how people introduce themselves. Younger individuals may emphasize their aspirations and willingness to learn, while more experienced professionals might highlight their track record and leadership skills. Ultimately, the deciding factors that individuals tend to identify with when introducing themselves include their personal values.
Hey Vapi, are you there? Hey Vapi, did I lose you? Hey Vapi, hey, hi Vapi.
Assistant that you can talk to like a person. So, how's your day going?
All right, Vapi, do you remember what we were talking about? You were telling me how people's the manner in which people introduce themselves changes according to their age and and how they what is it that they identify with at different stages of their lives.
Well, I don't have a perfect memory, but I do remember we were discussing how people's introductions can change based on their age and what they identify with at different stages of life. It's pretty interesting how our self introductions can reflect our evolving identities, isn't it?
Yes, so could you tell me how like how is it that people's like the way they introduce themselves changes?
Sure thing. So, when we're younger, we might introduce ourselves based on hobbies or favorite. Like, hi, I'm Sarah and I love unicorns. As we get older, we might introduce ourselves based on our careers or roles. Like, hey, I'm Sarah and I'm a software engineer. And then later in life, we might introduce ourselves based on our experiences or accomplishments. Like, hi, I'm Sarah and I'm a world traveler. It's all about how our self identity evolves over time.
All right, but
If you have
what about this societal pressures and what about this need to fit in our
this
introductions? Yeah.
got it. Well, societal pressures and the need to fit in can definitely influence how we introduce ourselves. When we're younger, we might feel pressure to fit in with certain friend groups or social circles, so our introductions might reflect that. As we get older, we might feel pressure to fit in with professional or societal expectations, so our introductions can change to reflect that as well. It's all part of navigating the social landscape, you know?
All right. So, how does one navigate the social landscape easily while remaining true to oneself? If you could give me scripts for that, if one is an adolescent, for instance, uh, and
Navigating the
one,
social dance
yeah,
while staying
yeah.
well, navigating the social dance while staying true to yourself can be a bit of a balancing act. As an adolescent, it's important to remember that it's okay to be yourself, even if it means not fitting into a certain mold. You can introduce yourself based on your genuine interests and passions, like, hey, I'm Sarah, and I'm really into photography and basketball. This can help you connect with others who share your interests while staying true to who you are. It's all about finding the right balance between fitting in and staying authentic.
But Vapi, what if Sarah does not want to fit in with the basketball crowd? What if she wants to fit in with the really cool girls? You know, the ones who know all the latest fashion and the ones who get all the guys.
Got it. Well, if Sarah wants to fit in with a different crowd, she can still stay true to herself while exploring new interests and making new connections. She can introduce herself based on the things she's genuinely curious about, like fashion or current trends. It's all about finding the balance between staying true to herself and exploring new social circles. It's like trying on different hats until you find the one that feels just right, you know?
But Vapi, what if Sarah really wants to get in with this group of girls and those group of girls are too snooty and they're not letting Sarah in? How should Sarah give me a script for how Sarah can get admittance into the snootiest group of girls, into the most like uh, most horrid of the lot? How can Sarah gain admittance into their group and be a part of their clique?
Gaining admittance into a clique that might not be very welcoming can be a tricky situation. It's important for Sarah to remember that her worth isn't defined by being part of a specific group. However, if she's set on trying to be part of this group, she could try approaching them with genuine interest in their activities or showing kindness and empathy towards them. Instead of trying to fit in by changing herself, she could try to stand out by being authentic and confident in who she is. It's always better to be true to yourself than to force yourself to fit into a group that doesn't appreciate you for who you are.
So give me a script for what Sarah should say to her peers who she looks up to and who she would like to emulate and who she would like to learn from.
If Sarah wants to approach her peers she looks up to and would like to learn from, she could say something like, hey, I've always admired your sense of style and confidence. I'd love to learn more about how you navigate social situations. Do you have any tips you could share with me? This shows her peers that she respects them and is interested in learning from them, which can help build a positive connection. It's all about approaching them with genuine curiosity and respect.
But what if the peers shut her down? What if they say that, like, what if they try to put her off? What if they try to say to her that, you're better off hanging out with another crowd? What does Sarah do then?
If Sarah's peers try to shut her down and suggest she hang out with another crowd, it can be hurtful. In that situation, Sarah can choose to take the high road and respond with grace. She could say something like, I appreciate your honesty. I'll consider your suggestion. And then she can focus on building connections with people who appreciate her for who she is. It's important for Sarah to remember that her worth isn't defined by being accepted by a particular group. It's all about surrounding yourself with people who lift you up and support you.
But what if there isn't anyone to lift up and support her and she feels very isolated? What should she do then?
If Sarah feels isolated and like there's no one to lift her up, it can be a really tough situation. In that case, she could try reaching out to a trusted adult, like a teacher, counselor, or family member, for support and guidance. She could also explore joining clubs or activities where she might meet like minded individuals. And she could consider seeking out online communities or support groups where she can connect with others who may be going through similar experiences. It's important for her to remember that she's not alone and that there are people who care about her well being.
All right, I understand. So,
I'm glad.
do you have any information about any TED talks about people who have come up with ideas on how they can introduce themselves very properly?
I don't have real time internet access to fetch specific TED Talks for you, but I can suggest checking the official TED website or YouTube channel for talks related to self introductions and personal identity. There are plenty of inspiring talks out there that could provide valuable insights on this topic. Just search for keywords like self introduction or personal identity, and you should find some interesting talks to watch.
All right. So, what could you tell me about personal identity and how to best project it? What are the methods to do so?
Personal identity is all about how we see ourselves and how we present ourselves to the world. To best project your personal identity, it's important to first have a clear understanding of who you are, your values, interests, and passions. Once you have that self awareness, you can then express your identity through your actions, words, and appearance. Being authentic, confident, and kind are key components of projecting a strong personal identity. It's also about being true to yourself and not trying to be someone you're not. When you're genuine and true to who you are, it shines through in how you present yourself to others.
What do you say to young people or adolescents who are still trying to find themselves? Actually, even lots of young adults are still trying to find themselves. How can they introduce themselves when they're not very sure about what they like?
For young people or even young adults who are still trying to find themselves, it's completely normal to be unsure about who they are and what they like. When introducing themselves in these situations, they can focus on sharing what they're currently exploring or curious about. They could say something like, Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm still figuring out my interests, but right now I'm really into trying new things and learning about different topics. This shows that they're open to growth and discovery, which can be a really positive way to present themselves. It's all about embracing the journey of self discovery and being open to new experiences.
All right. So, could you give me a script of how a person who is unsure of his or her interests uh, uh, and who is not very does has got fluid opinions, does not really know what it is that he or she is will stand for? How will such a person introduce himself or herself in a way that that person is going to be considered respectable and a worthy member to have in any group or club?
If someone is unsure of their interests and opinions and is still figuring out who they are, they can still introduce themselves in a way that conveys respect and worthiness. They could say something like, Hi, I'm Alex. I'm in the process of exploring different interests and figuring out what resonates with me. I'm open to learning from others and being a supportive member of any group or club. This shows humility, openness, and a willingness to engage with others, which are all valuable qualities in a group setting. It's all about being honest about where they
Sorry, Vapi, I've lost you there. Hey, Vapi, are you there? Hey, Vapi, can you hear me? Can you hear me,
And
Vapi?
talk to like a person.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
how's your day going?
Yes, Vapi, you were telling me, you were giving me a scripted account of how a person who is not sure of his or her interests as yet, and he still wants to join, an influential group of people, and who he wants to impress. So you were giving me a script of how such a person will go about introducing himself or herself.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. So, you want to know how someone unsure of their interests can still impress an influential group of people, right? Well,
Yeah.
in that case, here's a little script for you. Hey, everyone. I'm Name. I'm still exploring my passions and interests, but I'm really excited to be here and learn from all of you. I'm open to new experiences and perspectives, so I'm looking forward to engaging with this amazing group and hopefully finding my own path along the way. How does that sound? Remember, confidence
Uh,
and honesty can go a long way in impressing others.
But Vapi, like how can the introduction impress the other people because they are in a position of strength. They're more powerful than the aspirant who wants to join the group. So how does a person, a novice, introduce himself or herself in such a way that the group takes him or her seriously?
Ah, I see what you're getting at. It's all about making a strong first impression, even if you're a novice among experienced individuals. Here's a little tip for you. Focus on your enthusiasm, willingness to learn, and your unique perspective. Show that you're eager to contribute and grow within the group. Confidence, humility, and a genuine interest in others can really make a difference. Just be yourself and let your authenticity shine through.
But Vapi, what if like the eagerness is not well received? What if the group is aloofish and standoffish? What does a person do then? How does one introduce oneself in such a situation?
I get what you mean. If the group is a bit standoffish, it can be tricky. In that case, it's important to approach with respect and humility. Maybe start by within the group. Then, when you feel more comfortable, you can try to politely introduce yourself in a non intrusive way. Sometimes just showing genuine interest in what they're discussing can help break the ice. Remember, patience and understanding can go a long way in building connections with a reserved group.
Could you give me a script for how to approach a reserved standoffish group?
Sure thing. Here's a script for approaching a reserved and standoffish group. Hey everyone, I'm your name. I've been listening to your conversations and I'm really impressed by the depth of knowledge and experience in this group. I'm here to learn and grow, and I'd love the opportunity to contribute in any way I can. If anyone is open to sharing some insights or advice with me, I would greatly appreciate it. Looking forward to getting to know each of you better. Remember, staying respectful, humble, and open minded can help you navigate through any situation. Good luck.
All right. Okay. Could you give me another script of dealing with such a group and this time be more diffident and not give the impression that one is listening in on a conversation that maybe they didn't want you to hear?
Absolutely. If you want to approach the group without giving the impression that you've been eavesdropping, here's an alternative script. Hey there, everyone. I'm Naeem. I have been eager to join this group and learn from all of you. I'm still finding my footing, but I'm really inspired by the expertise and knowledge I see here. If anyone has any advice or insights to share with me, I'd be really grateful. I'm here to be a positive addition to the group and to absorb as much as I can. Looking forward to engaging with all of you. Remember, being open, honest, and respectful can help you build bridges with even the most reserved groups.
All right. Okay. What about
I hope
one's
those
physical appearance when one is introducing oneself? How much does that matter?
physical appearance can definitely make an impact when introducing yourself, especially in a professional or formal setting. While it's important to be yourself and dress in a way that feels authentic to you, it's also important to consider the context and dress appropriately. Making a good first impression with your appearance can show that you respect the group and the occasion. It's not about conforming to a specific standard, but rather about presenting yourself in a way that reflects your respect for the group and the situation. Just remember to be comfortable and confident in your own skin.
All right. So, for example,
If you have any
to what suggestions would you give for an appropriate mode of dress when, like, let's say, trying to gain admittance in a religious clique?
When trying to gain admittance to a religious group, it's important to show respect for their traditions and customs. Depending on the specific religious group, it's a good idea to dress modestly and in attire that aligns with the group's expectations. This might involve wearing clothing that covers the shoulders, chest, and legs, and avoiding flashy or revealing attire. And it's also a good idea to research any specific dress codes or guidelines that the religious group may have and try to adhere to them. Ultimately, the goal is to show that you respect and honor the traditions of the group you're seeking to join.
All right. And could you give me a script of how to introduce oneself in such a situation?
Certainly. Here's a script for introducing yourself in a religious setting. Hello, everyone. My name is your name. I've been drawn to the teachings and community of this religious group, and I come here with a deep sense of respect and humility. I'm eager to learn and grow within this spiritual community, and I hope to contribute in any way I can. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here and to engage with all of you. Thank you for welcoming me. Remember, showing reverence and sincerity in your words can go a long way in making a positive impression.
All right. Thank you very much for your time,
If you
Happy.
have,
Thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. If you have any more questions in the future,